I mean, why are people out there protesting in the first place? It's because he does ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous. I mean, look, do you know what he's done to California?
Tell me.
He has released the reservoir or the reserves of water that Northern California has. He had the dams opened up and let, I don't know, billions of gallons of water flow through, thinking that he's now solved Southern California's problems. Their fire worries are over.
What?
Well, there's a big problem with that. There's a big problem with that. And we are going to let Lawrence O'Donnell from MSNBC
Oh,
tell
yeah.
us about what he calls the most stupid legislation he has ever heard.
All
Or was
right.
it the dumbest executive order he's ever heard? Well, here we go.
As usual, everything Donald Trump said to reporters in the Oval Office today was a lie, and there was no indication that any of them understood what he said about California water.
I opened up the water for California. It's a great thing. It's too bad they didn't do it themselves. I had to do it, and it was not easy. We did it a very rough way, and I didn't like to do it a rough way. Shouldn't have to do it a rough way.
In the stupidest water action in the history of California,
That was it.
Without warning, Donald Trump had the Army Corps of Engineers open up a federally controlled flow of water in Northern California.
Oh, my
that
God.
was completely unnecessary and unusable by anyone in Southern California and possibly by anyone in California because it
It's
almost
not
created
funny.
flooding
I know.
in an excess of water beyond what anyone could use. And that water was completely incapable of reaching anywhere close to the Los Angeles area where Donald Trump is pretending his water could help with firefighting.
What a
One water
dumbass.
scientist told Los Angeles Times, I don't know where this water is going, but this is the wrong time of year to be releasing water from these reservoirs. It's vitally important that we fill our reservoirs in the rainy season so water is available for farms and cities later in the summer. Everyone in California knows that, and no one in the Oval Office today knew that. Another water expert told the LA Times, this is going to hurt farmers. This takes water out of their summer irrigation portfolio. 40,000 people in Los Angeles who have been burned out of their homes. Thousands more having to spend tens of thousands of dollars to have toxic ash removed from their surviving homes and property. People still mourning the dead, the people who lost their lives in the Los Angeles fires. And Donald Trump decides to insult them all by wasting water in Northern California and telling reporters and his followers today what a hero he is for stupidly wasting that water.
So that's idiocy number one. I've got another one for you.
Oh,
Jim.
my God. Steph. Oh, my God.
Oh God. We could be here
more.
for hours
This is
talking about him.
This is like a Flex Seal. What do you call those? Infomercial. But wait, there's more.
There is more. We've got a bonus dumbass act for you today.
If you buy the bullshit Trump is giving you today, we'll even throw in this next thing. Steph, tell them what they get.
Tariffs. Hooray for tariffs. No, and I'm sure that frustration with tariffs, even though they came and they went and it was ridiculous all weekend, that's frustrating a lot of people. And not just here, him, using people as a bargaining chip with Canada and Mexico over this kind of stuff is what was the goal there? What was the goal there? So I found a piece of video. It is from CNN. It is Catherine Rampell, who is with the Washington Post, and Scott Jennings really going at it. And she has some very interesting information about the whole tariff negotiation. Wait till you hear this shit.
So I want to start with you. According to the White House press secretary, quote, Canada is bending the knee just like Mexico. Is that what's happening here?
This is hilarious to me because Trump got rolled by both of these countries, and no one, least of all Trump, seems to have realized it. Both the leaders of Mexico and Canada have agreed to do what they have already been doing. It's just that Trump didn't seem to know about it. Like, for example, the president of Mexico said that she would commit to having 10,000 troops at the US-Mexico border. Guess what? There are already 15,000 people there, military troops from Mexico there, and have been there for years. Trump didn't seem to notice this. Same deal with Canada.
Wait, that's confusing.
Prime Minister Trudeau.
She said that she would commit to having 10, but there were already
10,000
15
troops at the border.
But
and that's what paused the tariffs. So Trump was like, look at this, I'm a great deal maker and I got her to do this. She already has more than that there.
Oh,
so he thought he was getting this. It was this big power move on his part, but they played him. They said they were giving him what they had already given him.
I get it now. Here we go.
Let's go to Canada.
No, said.
Oh, Canada?
No. Stay right here.
Okay.
She's going to talk about.
Going to spend $1.3 billion on investing in border security. Guess what? They announced that $1.3 billion last year. Oh, but they're also going to have a fentanyl czar, and they're going to have 24/7 eyes on the border. This is about saving face, I guess. I don't know if nobody informed Trump that there are no actual concessions here, but that will, of course, not stop him from claiming victory.
We have certainly seen the claim of victory. Scott Jennings, I'm not going to act like Republicans are still a party of free trade that they had been in kind of iterations past. There's obviously been a transformation and a willingness to at least somewhat embrace what President Trump has made so clear as a focal point of his really entire agenda. But there are some
Republicans laugh in his face. It's great.
Concerns about it, including this one. Take a listen.
What about tariffs against our allies?
It will drive the cost of everything up. In other words, it'll be paid for by American consumers. I mean, why would you want to get in a fight with your allies over this?
Indeed.
You know that guy somewhat well. Scott, former Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, your former boss as well. Is he wrong here?
Well, I think that question was posed on 60 Minutes last night. Let's fast forward to what's happening right now. There are no tariffs. There's a pause on this because, as has been reported by CNN and every other news outlet, both Mexico and Canada have reached agreements today with Donald Trump to do what we want them to do, which is to put people and technology and resources at the border to stop the flow of people and drugs, illegal immigration.
Look at her.
Stem the tide. That is the whole point of this exercise. And that is apparently what is happening. And yes, there have been some troops there in Mexico. This is an agreement to do permanent deployment. And yes, some of this stuff in Canada was already announced, but now they were dragging their feet. Now their feet are held to the fire. They've got 30 days to really implement, and they can't pussyfoot around anymore. So the point of this exercise today, to me, had less to do with trade
having a blast.
and more to do with saying to our neighbors, you need to be better neighbors. We are more important to your economy than you are to ours, so you need to help us with our serious problem, which is illegal immigration and people dying from fentanyl. And they both said yes today, and that is a win for Donald Trump.
Catherine, to quantify what the actual impact is
go
here,
back to her,
people are saying, look, the market bounced back, no tariffs were put into place, Trump got what he wanted, all's well, we'll do this again in 30 days. Is that kind of the reality from an economic perspective?
I mean, I don't know what Trump wanted in this situation. Again, he didn't actually get anything. But if he was to put these tariffs in place, they would be very painful for American consumers. Okay, Scott. I mean, this is
the total lie.
This is public information.
He got what he wanted. He got an agreement from our neighbors to do more on the border. That's what he wanted, and he got it.
Exactly what they have already been
I understand
doing.
you're the minister of propaganda tonight, but you don't have to be. You could just say, "Hey, all's well that ends well." Here, come on.
If you don't know that these countries are committing to do exactly what they have already been doing, either you haven't done your homework or you think the American people are idiots. Because again, they're doing
or option three, Donald Trump is enforcing what needs to be done at the border, which is more help from our friends. They are our allies and they are important people, but they need to help us, and they've not been helping us, and now they're going to help us even more.
They have been.
But the point is that it's also
ask every family with a fentanyl death how much they've been helping.
Oh boy.
Well, how fun was that?
I could watch that and will continue to watch that all day.
Catherine Rampell clearly wears her sassy pants to work. She was fantastic. Fantastic.
I want to see more of her.
Oh, yeah. So those are just like two of the many, many things that Donald Trump has done since he took office on the 20th. It's the 5th of February. It's been like 2 weeks.
You wouldn't, if you were in middle school, you wouldn't have even had your first quiz yet. If
Yeah.
when Donald Trump started, if that was the first day of school, you wouldn't have even had your
Oh my
first quiz.
It's like we're getting final exams every damn day.
Exactly.
This sucks bad. Where's a substitute with a movie? Come on, man.
You just brought back so many great memories. Like you walk into class and you see that TV on the rolly stand,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
just like, victory,
Yep.
victory. Oh
With
my
that overhead
God.
projector thing with those,
Yes,
remember those plastic sheets that they
of
would put on and they
course.
could write on them and everything? Those were great.
They called them something that we actually don't see a lot of nowadays, transparencies.
That was it. That was it.
You know, we're in the future now compared to those days.
Yes.
Things have changed, not just technology, not just public opinion, but also fashion sense. It's really come a long way.
You were so right. You know,
Hmm.
Jonathan, I just meant to tell you, you look so good today.
Thank you. I drink a lot of water. I try to moisturize.
You do look very
stay out of the sun.
hydrated.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that shirt,
Do you like it?
I love it. Very nice. Look at that, you guys. Available on our Etsy page. Link is in the description.
It says at the bottom, Inauguration Day 2025. There you go.
See that?
And you know what I love about this shirt? It's subtle, it's classy, it's minimalist, and yet anybody that sees it knows exactly what we are referring to
Yes. January 20th
instantaneously.
was the day the tears began.
You- Seth, you're so good at like graphic design, logo design stuff, just communication in general, but like there are advertising companies on Madison Avenue right now that don't create logos that communicate a message and an ideal in an instant. And I think this shirt does it.
Well, thank you.
You're
I
welcome, and
didn't
I
even
mean
use
that.
AI. How about that?
Yeah, that's even
Ha ha
that's even better.
ha.
That's even better. Notice some of the subtleties, y'all. The background of Washington here, it's almost like a thumbprint.
Yeah, yeah.
Like security is kind of being tossed to the wind.
Or maybe it's a statement about individuality and how it's okay.
Great. I'll take either of those. I think the biggest deal here is I don't think our founding fathers would look at what's going on right now and say, "Way to go, Trumpy." I don't think that's what they would say.
I don't
And
either.
and I think, I understand from watching this morning and now, I understand that, okay, you want to fix the wasteful, quote unquote, spending in the government. Fine. In a business, then you can cease everything, you can stop everything without permission from anybody, cease it, analyze it, and then go back and do whatever you want. But this is government. So instead of ceasing everything, why didn't they give it a day and say, look, in 90 days, we're going to change the program. So you're going to continue on as you are for 90 days. While you're doing that, we're not going to lock Congress out of the building. We're going to invite them in and take a look at
Right.
everything.
Aren't
And
they supposed to be working together on a solution
right,
of that for improvement?
right. And then let's vote on what we think the solution should be. Do we want to continue this particular spend or that? That's a way to show transparency, to be a
It
great
is.
leader, and to be the voice and the action of the people. But to just do it yourself or to bring in somebody who wasn't elected Or
That's so bizarre, that whole thing.
yeah,
But
he's doing it the wrong way. And it's not
yes.
because it's not because I don't think he's doing it to ruin the country. I think it's that he only knows business and real estate. That's why he's trying to buy all these
I don't even
countries.
think he knows business or real estate. He's declared bankruptcy more times than I can even count. I
Fair
mean,
enough.
every single one of his casinos lost money. So he might look like he's some great businessman, but if you carefully look at his record, he is not. He is not.
I'll give him this then. He used to make really nice ties when Trump ties were out there. I have a few from a
Okay, you
decade
could wear
ago.
them with your gold sneakers. Oh
Or my
man.
$100,000 watch,
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
which I will.
Now, guys, you can count on us to keep an eye on what is going on and try to bring you different points of view about it. We don't use just one source, and we're not going to bring you news from just one source. So, thank you for being here on News Happy Hour. Go ahead and get a shirt just like Jonathan's, Etsy.com/News Happy Hour. And you
And
want to like and subscribe.
yeah, and I'm sure that we talked about something or showed a clip that moved you in some way. Put that in the comments. We really do want to hear from you. I mean, I'm not an expert in this stuff, so hearing from you and hearing what you guys think, that helps me, and it fuels Steph.
Well, I mean, we can't cover all of the weird things he's done since he's taken office in one show. So if there are some
It's
weird things that
only
we have
been
not covered
13
yet that you would like us to talk about, please feel free to let us know. We don't know everything, and we're not even pretending to know everything.
No.
But we like digging for those answers. So
Oh yeah.
we got your back, you guys. So have a great day.